In the bottom left corner of the map, it is uThermal from Team AT, sponsored by Cooler Master. And in the top right corner of the map, how about you introduce our next player,
It's the
Bellinor?
teal player from Eastern Wizards. I got that right this time. It is Snovski. A very aggressive guy from what I've seen so far. I mean, I don't know this player. I haven't seen uh, much of his games or much of his gameplay in the past, so I'm only now starting to get to know this guy. And so far, I can tell that he is a pretty aggressive dude.
Hmm.
Which I don't mind in the slightest. I mean, it makes the games more dynamic. It forces your opponents to make mistakes, and it kind of shows off your decision making, your micro, and there are players. It's similar in chess, and I have talked about this at some point in the past. I'm sure there are players that like a very structured, straightforward game where everything is clear and discernible, identifiable. And then there are players who revel in chaos and they like to be very aggressive. They like to create unpredictable scenarios because that's when their intelligence shines.
Hmm. Yep, I like it. And of course, as a guy who plays StarCraft every now and then, I should be careful with that, with the claims I make here. But I know, of course, if your opponent is very aggressive, that does change your mindset enormously. If you're not prepared for it, if you're trying to execute like a build of yourself, you probably get thrown off. And if your opponent is more used to being thrown off than you are, then he definitely has a very big advantage. Or maybe he hasn't been thrown off at all because aggression was his plan. My plan usually is not aggression, so if someone attacks me, I freak out and attack with everything I have, and then I lose. That's usually what happens.
Yeah.
So I hope I'm not
Uh,
going to meet anyone who's watching now on ladder anytime soon.
Now Snovski has curve boosted out a Zealot once again. And uThermal is opening in the same manner as he did in the previous game, and once again he is going to be caught with a Zealot inside his base. Now this time he is getting a second Reaper compared to the first game, where he only got one. So, no,
Hmm.
actually he's not. He got the first Reaper and he's going into a reactor straight away, so excuse me,
Ah.
I messed up there. But he's not, once again, he's not going to have any defending units back home.
No, we're going to have the very same thing that happened last game, where this Zealot's going to be very problematical.
Yeah, it is.
Swiping away at that very expensive and uh, very timely or very time if it's time expensive reactor as well. I'm sorry, it's very hard to
Yep.
say what I meant to say there.
Yeah, but the Reaper comes back instead of continuing to harass, yeah, it's probably going to take out the Zealot and still survive. Yep, and the Stalker is surrounded as
Ooh.
well. This is good news for uThermal, as this will make basically it's only the Mothership Core right now, and once the bunker finishes, the Marine hops inside there. Mothership Core will be in danger.
Will it finish though?
Oh, he gets the
Barely.
SCV. Wow.
Two SCVs died trying to finish that bunker that is now. How finished is it? It's like 1 second away from finishing.
Yeah, it's 1 second away from being done. Oh, Time Warp even tries to get the SCV, does not succeed, and this attack is forced away.
Okay, Bellinor, I've got a question for you. So, units inside a bunker, are they affected by time warp as well?
Yeah.
Okay.
Only if they pop out of the bunker. I mean, Time Warp only slows your movement speed. It doesn't slow your firing speed or anything. What is interesting or what might be interesting for some players that are in the Gold League or Silver League, and they may have not known about this. You can stim units inside a bunker
Really?
without offloading them. You can actually select the bunker and then press the T button if all you have is Marine Marauder inside, and they will stim or they fire. I don't know if I don't know if that was changed, but I remember back when I played Terran in Wings of Liberty, it worked this way, so it should work it should work this way still.
Okay. So Snovski is lamenting the fact that he is very tired indeed and lost some of his units unnecessarily, or so he feels.
Oh, uThermal.
Oh. Yeah, Uther was also a very, very friendly guy to play against.
Alright, so we have a factory and an engineering bay. Yeah, Snovski, he goes with the same follow-up, building oracles. One oracle, second oracle in production. The Reaper, of course, has seen the Stargate, so uThermal knows what he's up against, and this time he wants to be in a better position than he was last game, so that's why he's getting the engineering bay before he gets the starport. And of course, the early game played out entirely differently compared to the previous map, where uThermal sustained way too many losses for him to feel comfortable. Now Snovski is really on the back foot. He's only on 19 probes. He doesn't have an expansion. He's only on one gateway. He's producing Stargate units, which are not going to be effective versus uThermal as of right now. And he really does not have any economical strength right now, and he does not have a good enough army strength so far due to the lack of production facilities.
Yep, so like you said, uThermal's bases now is a lot better because he has these turrets up, so he can leave his base undefended without the dire consequences that he faced last game. Actually, well, there are going to be some oracles here trying to do some damage, but this turret has quite a big range actually, scaring these oracles off. So uThermal's push will not get stopped, will advance, and there's only 3 Stalkers and a Mothership Core there to defend, so this is going to be very hard for Snovski to deal with.
Yeah, it is. uThermal pushes the natural base of the Protoss. Snovski immediately gives up not only the natural but the game as well, and just says well played and